Wednesday evening, our staple in your wellness journey, in your embodiment of feeling alive and present and capacity to release and energize yourself. So anyways, welcome. So let's just take a moment. We're going to close our eyes, take a breath in the nose and out the mouth. When you begin the process of closing the eyes and taking a breath, I want you to consider just breathing at a pace that doesn't make too much sound. Just the louder you are on the exhale, you actually can keep the stress response going. So if you hear people doing like you're actually not relaxing the system. You're not activating the vagal system or the parasympathetic side. You're actually perpetuating the stress response and the sympathetic side of the nervous system. So keep that in mind, that to really shift the gear inside your own being, you want to be as quiet as possible. Even some of the breath sequences that we do here, they will stir up the sympathetics. They will stir up the fight or flight system for a period of time. That helps to move energy. But when we want to begin the journey of just paying attention and being more present with our system, we definitely want to slow that breath down. So nice breath in the nose, out the mouth. Nice and quiet, nice and relaxed. I'm glad that you showed up this evening. Congratulations on that. Beginning the process of feeling the front side of the body just move and open. So you're beginning to pay attention to that. You're paying attention to the movement of the front side of the body. Now just taking notice where your shoulders are in space. Where are your shoulders? Where is your neck sitting? Where is your pelvis? Is it underneath your shoulders? Are you slouching down and forward? Where are you? Where is your body in space? Now there's no perfect X, Y, Z axis position necessarily, because your system's moving and shifting and changing. So I want you to just find that place that just feels comfortable and right in this moment. And just now taking the breath and making it a little bit larger without sacrificing the sound. So still try to be quiet. Just see if you can prolong that inhale and prolong that exhale. So the breath is quiet, you're prolonging the inhale, you're prolonging the exhale in the nose and out the mouth. Just with a breath that's quiet to you. And while you're doing that, just reassessing your posture again, noticing where your body is in space. And just even as you bring awareness to your body, you're going to start picking up on little tensions that may need to reposition. Your brain might give you some clues. Hey, move your shoulder back this way, or move your shoulder forward. Reposition your forearm. Good. Now I want you to use the pacer in your mind, just a little mental pacer of 9 seconds in and 9 seconds out. So now we're going to really slow things down and just elongating that breath. And you're going to have to be ultra present with your breath in order for it to elongate that 9 seconds. It encourages the theta waves to be expressing themselves. In the nose, out the mouth. 9 seconds in, 9 seconds out. Just paying attention to your posture, nice quiet breath. This breath helps to take us from experiencing things as very analytical, linear, solid, and real to more spaciousness. That's the gift, part of the gift of the theta brainwaves is we become a little airier, a little more spacious in there. We put our cells and nervous system in a recovery state. Now, with this breath, the next thing that does get challenged is your posture, any tension along the spinal cord. So just watch your posture, see if you need to sit up a little bit, lengthen things out a little bit. Good. Now continue with that breath. But what I'd like you to do, just in addition to, is widen the rib cage. So when you're taking that breath in, I want you to put an emphasis on the sides of your ribs and just see if you could kind of stretch them out to the side. Our system gets very used to jacking our breath up vertically. Sometimes we might shrug our shoulders or pull up with our sternum or use the front of our neck muscles called the anterior scalene muscles that pull and hike the ribs and the sternum up to breathe. called accessory breathing muscles. But if we take the approach that we are widening the ribs, we partly by default eliminate the big hiking of the shoulders. Now, you might reach a certain range and potentially there might be a bit of cramping at the end that maybe some of the muscles around the spine are being challenged. Just breathe into it, breathe into that space. Don't try to fix it, just be with it, just stay present with it, expanding the ribs out to the side. You just get a different dimension of you here as you do that. Good. And then just relaxing your breath. Good. We're going to explore some flexion extension now with that rib cage a little bit more open. We're going to flex and extend the spine. So front and back, really feeling the stretch forward and backwards. Now, how do you breathe in this? Some people will ask, well, should I inhale? Should I exhale? How do I do that? To me, it doesn't really matter. You'll find your nice rhythm. Usually when I'm kind of stretching my body forward, it tends to provoke the inhale. As I compress and push backwards, it tends to promote the exhale. And you don't have to be quiet with this particular part of the breath. You can sound it out or use the volume that feels right for you. Some of you might feel like a big powerful inhale and a big powerful exhale feels right. Some of you just might be, just nice and slow and steady. What I do want to encourage though is take it to the point where you feel the end point of the spine in both directions. So at least we know we're hitting the full range of the joints, or as darn close as we can to them. For some of you, if you have reasonable neck flexibility, as you arch forward, you might drop that head back. And as you flex forward, you can flex the chin towards the chest. Just gives that spinal cord a bit more of a stretch and a range. And if you're actively looking for that full range out of the spine, you'll also feel your muscles working to make that happen. So it activates the muscle tissue as well, wakes them up. If they got a little sleepy, maybe computer work, posture, things like that, maybe quieted them down. And this is our opportunity to kind of perk them up a bit and just get them active. And squeeze those shoulders together as the chest rolls forward. And we kind of get the abdominal squeeze and the pressure from the chest as we push back. Good. And then we're going to bend from side to side. So really feeling the C-shaped motion that's available in the spine. Doing the rib work right off the bat is helpful for this because it widens the flexibility of the muscle tissue, the intercostal muscles. So you just feel the stretch as you bend from side to side. Don't forget about your neck with this side to side. Don't skimp out on it. See a lot of people missing out on the side bending of the neck where you actually feel the muscles along the side stretching out a bit. Go for it. Again, if you go a little bit slower with this, you'll feel it. You'll feel the whole thing. It's wonderful. Spine's going wherever you're going in life. Let's take care of it. Then we're going to rotate our head to the left. Really feel the end range there. Rotate it all the way to the right. Make sure you hold your posture up though. All the way to the left. Get a nice stretch and elongation of the muscle tissue. Rotate to the right. One more time to the left. And one more time to the right. Good. Just kind of sit your posture back in the midline, shoulders, pelvis, noticing where you're at. Eyes are closed, palms are in your lap, positioning your body just to be present. Just feeling your energy, feeling your breath, feeling your movement, your focus. Good. We're going to start with a little introspection here. So we're going to bring our hands palm over palm and just placing them right underneath the top of the sternum. And this is a branch of the vagus nerve here. We're going to just breathe in the nose and out the mouth and just get a feel for how easy or difficult that is. So it's a quiet breath in the nose, out the mouth. And what you're watching for is the movement underneath, directly under your hands, your capacity to focus there, and how much breath you get underneath. Those three things: focus, movement, breath. How easy is that to put those together there? Okay, so I want you just feeling that, getting a sense for it. And then we're going to slide our hands down to the second position, which is just at the bottom of the sternum. Place your hand palm over palm there. And I want you to work at being really, really precise here. So again, the focus, the movement, and the breath just underneath your hand, not from the deep belly, not from the upper chest. I want to see how you can control and be present with that midline. Just notice it. Don't judge it, in a sense, just notice it. Oh, this seems more difficult than the first position. Or, wow, this seems easier than the first position. It seems like I'm staying focused. I can move and breathe here. I feel it open underneath my hands, or not. These are whether we're evaluating whether the vagus nerve in these areas is turned on. Does your system feel safe at each of these three areas? Not intellectually, just biologically, did the body tighten itself up or protect itself in some way? Or is there an old pattern of protection in a certain area? Little anesthetic that's been placed and walled over the system to protect you in acute stressors. Then bring your hands down to the belly button, placing your hand palm over palm there. And you're going to breathe in slowly in the nose and out the mouth. Again, don't take it for granted. Be really precise with your focus, your movement, and your breath. And can you nail it right underneath your hands? Really precise. Okay. Now, what I want you to do out of the three is choose which ones seem to be the most connected and which ones seem to be the most disconnected. Now, just knowing that the one that's most disconnected is the one that has been most walled off, whether in a moment, in a week, in a month, in a year, in a decade, there's going to be a habit there of potential. So just know that. Now, bring your hands to the area of connection, of ease, of power, of presence. And I want you just to begin the process of focusing at that region in the nose and out the mouth. We're going to be using this area of ease to influence an area of disconnection. So I want you to build the area of connection to start. This is where the energy is most available. And just stay with me on this. Breathing into the area that's most available for energy is where you start. And so oftentimes we're trying to solve problems instead of starting with where is the energy most effortless in this moment? And how can I use that energy to influence areas of my life that are disconnected, or feeling off, or feeling like they're not working, or feeling disconnected from it? So keep working the breath in that strength area. Good. Now I want you to bring those hands directly over top of the area that seemed disconnected. And then just take a breath in there. You have 1 to 3 seconds, exhaling, and then getting out of there. Go back to the area that's connected. And resume the breath in the nose and out the mouth. Good. Stay with it. Keep working it. Good. Now bring your hands to the area that was disconnected. Hold your hands there for a moment. Just say, sometimes I can feel so disconnected. Sometimes I can feel so disconnected. Good. Now take a breath in. And exhaling that out the mouth. And then get out of there. Go back to the area that's of strength. Good. Continue that. Keep building your energy at the area and where you already feel ease and available energy. Now bring your hands to that area of disconnection. Before you breathe there, just say, sometimes it feels like nothing ever works. Sometimes it feels like nothing ever works. Take a breath in. And exhale. And then get out of there again. Go back to the area that's connected. And again, focus, breath, movement. Stay there. Work it. Teach yourself and train yourself to search for abundance first, to search for ease first, to search for where's the energy most available right now first. And once you've connected with that rhythm, then bring it to the area that's disconnected. Go ahead and do that. Then breathe into that area. Place your focus, movement, and breath, and just take a breath in, feeling the stretch and the range, and exhale. Stay, keep your hands there. Breath in again. And exhale. Take the breath in again. And exhale. Good. Relax your hands to your side or to your lap. Now, with that area more available, let's go back to the spine for a moment. We're going to go back into flexion extension. There's going to be a little more room and more feeling. You've just worn off some of the anesthetic that surrounds and coats the spine. So let's feel this through a little bit more. You're going to notice just a hair more flexibility and range, or a little more relaxed spine. You might notice that. Back and forth. Good. And then just settling back into your sitting posture again. And as you can see, that's a really simple, just 20-minute reset of your system to feel connected, to feel alive, to reprocess, to redistribute energy and information through the system, to connect an area that was disconnected, and just feeling generally more alive. Now, we're going to use some of that